There are two ways to solve systems of equations in the calculator. Depending on how you want to see the answer presented to you, the first way is you can go to a calculator page and press Menu 3 and 2. It's going to give you something that looks like this with two boxes to type your equations into. And then you'll hit Enter. You'll type in the equations just as you see them and hit Enter to see your answer in the form x, y. The other way you can solve systems of equations is you can go to a graph page type in both equations. So you're going to type the first one, type your equation, press Tab, and then type the next equation. And then you're going to look to see where they cross. So the solution to a system of equations is where do they cross each other. That's the solution. So let's look at our first problem. On this one we have a word problem, so that means we need to write an equation and then solve it. We can use either of the two methods at the top. So it says the bus travels two different routes, the green route and the blue route. The routes are different lengths. On Monday, the bus traveled the green route 6 times and the blue route 5 times, traveling a total of 52 miles. On Tuesday, the bus traveled the green route 12 times and the blue route 13 times, traveling a total of 119 miles. So we can tell these are going to be two different equations because they're on two different bullets of information. So if we call the green one G and the blue one B, then we can write out our equation. And it's asking what is the length of the green, so that's going to be our letter G. So if we write out our equation, we have 6 times the miles of the green plus 5 times the miles of the blue route is equal to a total of 52. That's our first equation. And then our second equation is for Tuesday. The bus traveled the green route 12 times, so 12 times the green plus 13 times the blue is equal to a whole total of 119 miles. From here, you can either use either method to solve and find your answer, which ends up being 4.5, 5. So now that we have our solution, it asks for the length of the green route, which was our first one. So that's letter G. Green route is 4.5, which corresponds to this answer choice. For our next question, you're already given the equation, so you can simply type both of these equations into either method that we discussed up at the top. So you can either do menu 3-2 on a calculator page, or you can graph them and find where they intersect. If you go to graph them to find out where they intersect, you're going to press menu 6-4, and that will tell you the intersection of the two lines. For this next problem, we again need to write out two equations. So it says a manager purchased a total of 21 coffee mugs and keychains. So we can call the coffee mug C and the keychains K. Each coffee mug, C, costs $8.50, and each keychain, K, costs $2.75. If the manager spent a total of $132.50, how many mugs did he purchase? So we know that the coffee mugs plus the keychains has to equal 21 total items. We also know that the total money spent was $132.50, and each coffee mug was $8.50, so that's $8.50 times coffee mugs plus $2.75 times the keychains is equal to that total. From here, again, you can either graph the two equations or put them in the calculator page menu 3-2 to find the solution. Once you find your solution, remember that you're going to get your solution in the XY form, which in this case the C will come first and then the K. Our question is asking us how many coffee mugs, so we're going to want this value. On the last problem, again, you're given your two equations, so you can either graph them or you can do menu 3-2, type in both equations, and find the solution.